Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really digging into something critical, India's trade situation.
That's right. Especially how it's caught in the middle of these rising tensions over in West Asia.
Specifically the Iran-Israel conflict, which, well, it seems to be sending ripples everywhere. We've looked through quite a bit, reports, analyses.
Yeah, and it's important to get that this isn't just a regional thing, is it? I mean, the global economic relevance is immediate. Any major flare-up there,
It doesn't stay there.
exactly, it spreads. And India is deeply connected to that region. Very exposed, you could say.
So that's our plan today. Let's try and unpack how these geopolitical shifts could actually affect you, the listener.
By looking at India's economy, it's trade.
Right. Let's get into it. Because West Asia, it's not just some far-off place for India. It's absolutely vital economically.
Mhm.
India gets so much of its energy from there. Like, what is it? Over 60% of its crude oil imports?
That's the figure, yeah. Energy security is a huge piece. But, like you said, it's not only oil.
No, definitely not. Think about the millions of Indian workers there.
Huge numbers.
Yeah.
And they send back a massive amount in remittances.
Roughly half of all the remittances India gets each year, right? That money is, fundamental for families for spending back home.
Underpins a lot of domestic consumption, yeah. And investment, too.
And then there's exports. India sends a lot to West Asia, refined petroleum, food.
It's a massive market for Indian goods. So yeah, indispensable is the right word.
So the sheer density of this dependence on one region,
Yeah,
that's the core issue.
it really is. Think about it, the oil volume, that steady stream of cash from workers, the established trade lanes, it's all concentrated.
Right.
So if you connect those dots, any big disruption there isn't just, a line item on a budget.
Yeah.
It could genuinely shake India's core economic stability.
And that affects everyone, potentially, from farmers to tech workers.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
The impact could be very widespread.
Okay, so painting that picture of the stakes. If tensions do escalate further, what are the first economic hits we might see in India? What happens first?
Well, the most immediate worry is almost always oil prices. Global prices surge.
And India imports most of its oil, so.
So that means higher prices at the pump domestically, straight away. And that bumps up transport costs for everything.
Everything. Groceries, goods.
Exactly. It feeds right into inflation. Then you got the shipping routes. Big concern there.
Like the Strait of Hormuz.
Precisely. A huge amount of the world's oil goes through that narrow channel. Any disruption, delays, higher insurance costs that hits India's imports and exports. Logistics get messy and expensive.
And these initial effects, the fuel prices, the shipping snags, how do they ripple outwards into bigger economic problems? It's not just the first hit, is it?
No, absolutely not. It cascades. Higher fuel costs mean factories pay more to make things. That's more inflation.
Okay.
Shipping delays mean manufacturers might not get raw materials on time or finished goods get stuck. That disrupts supply chains.
Leading to shortages.
Yeah.
Or more price hikes.
Both are possible. And for a country like India, so plugged into global trade, if this uncertainty drags on, well, it could make foreign investors hesitant.
Right. They might pull back.
And remittances could drop if workers over there face job instability. Add it all up, and it could definitely slow down overall economic growth. It really touches everything. Investment, trade, even, your daily costs.
It's a complex web. Now, we looked at insights from various economic experts in our sources. What are they highlighting specifically? Any less obvious impacts, maybe?
They're definitely flagging the risks, and beyond just oil. One point made was about shipping disruptions, even minor ones, in the Arabian Sea.
Okay.
How that could really hit India's growing pharmaceutical exports, particularly to Africa. Those need careful handling, timely delivery. It's a sort of niche but growing area that's vulnerable.
Interesting. Didn't think of that angle.
Another expert mentioned investment flows that prolonged conflict might push money away from places like India toward what are seen as, safer assets.
So capital flight, potentially?
Could be a factor, yes. And they stress that while India does have strategic oil reserves to cushion the blow a bit,
Right. There's some buffer.
the wider impact on things like trade credit, insurance, just overall business confidence that could actually be more damaging in the long run than just the crude price itself.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. The key takeaway seems to be India's significant economic vulnerability to what happens in West Asia.
Definitely. Because of that deep reliance, oil, remittances, exports, it's all intertwined.
And if tensions climb, we could see this chain reaction. Inflation, higher fuel costs, shipping problems.
All hitting the Indian economy and potentially your wallet.
It really drives home how connected everything is, doesn't it? Even events far away.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
And maybe that leaves us and you with a final thought to chew on.
Good.
In this kind of, well, increasingly unstable world, what can nations like India, or really the whole global community, actually do? What strategies might work to build more economic resilience, more adaptability, especially when you have these really concentrated dependencies?